Hey YouTube, um, as the title might suggest, I there's a con soon, and I need to work on my costume, and like this is actually my backup, and I'm Shinsuke Nakamura, and it looks kind of plain, so I kind of wanna like just add a little bit to like make it less plain, and in like the history of like cosplay and stuff, you know, because I have like a month. There have been plenty of people who've done like way more to their costumes in like less time, but I'm always busy. So it's con crunch mode, definitely for me. And so when I say this is like my backup, I have this one to work on, and I'm not like super talented or anything, or like super precise, so I'm just gonna do like this simple, like add some stripes to this or something to like make it not be like such a solid color. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna work on it and maybe talk a little bit about cosplaying. I'll definitely like get this stuff off because it's gonna be difficult to work in it. But before I do that, I was actually having a really hard time like getting this started. Just like I wasn't sure, if this was a good idea or not. But like most of my ideas aren't actually good. But I was kind of like hyping myself up a little bit to try to get to it. So what exactly does that look like? Well, I will show it to you right now, which like for better or worse. What's a costume if you're not gonna have fun with it, right? Um like this hair is kind of crazy too, but I think he just recently came back. Well, I don't think he actually did recently come back, and his hair is actually kind of crazy now. But he's got like some face paint. I'm not gonna do that, but you know. So if you wanna like judge my accuracy, well, maybe we can mark it up to it being subjective. So who knows? Anyway. So for now, I think maybe the best idea would be to like put stripes on the sleeves. That might help it that might help it stand out a little bit more. I might also put like a stripe on the side, depending on how much time I have, I guess. Cause I don't know, I'm just always busy. And I'm gonna do that with paint. Like, in 2018, he had like his heel vest, which is actually available on the internet now to buy, but it wasn't in like 2017, 2018. So what I did was I found like a similar all black vest, and then I just painted it, and that was my costume for that year. So like, it wouldn't be such a great idea to like keep this on, because I don't want it to get dirty, but like it might help me like get it exact. But then again, I should just put this on instead and then take it off when I try to like measure out the stripe. And I'm gonna do that, or at least I'm gonna mark the stripe with this tape. Unfortunately, this is also red tape, so not the greatest choice, but this is what I have. Okay, so that's probably not gonna work. This is what happens when, an amateur tries to modify their own costume. So I can already kind of tell that, like, when I get up to the shoulder, it's probably gonna look really uneven. And, like, I don't know, I might just be okay with that. I'm not, like, trying to be super precise or anything like that. I don't know, I've never been like that, so it should be okay. Unfortunately, I have to adjust the tape. Getting this thing to lay flat is pretty rough. good enough, right? You know, I just thought of it, but I might need to do something about like the potential bleeding through onto the other side. I mean, I could give it a shot, like just like this. Like, man. But that's just how life is. Trial and error. I'll probably need like a bigger like canvas to paint on later. Cause this only goes up to like the sleeve. I don't know. I'll just give it a try. Had to get some clothes that, you know, could get dirty. getting demolished by this child safety cap. say like life is a canvas or something. Who knows? Um, this is actually quite a lot. Like, gee, I have enough for like probably 2 sleeves. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of messing this up. But I don't know. I might as well like talk a little bit about my experience. Like I started cosplaying in like 2015, I think. It might have been 2015, maybe. And one of the big things that like got me into it. Well, I've always like, going to cons and stuff. I always liked cosplay. But like what convinced me to actually like try and do it for myself was like I was like in college at the time, and there's like a very short-lived cosplay club, and like I was actually pretty busy in college too because I was working and also just like trying to pass classes and stuff. But I did manage to get to a couple like meetings, and like it was only a couple of them, so I didn't like get like a whole bunch of information about like like DIY stuff. But the most important thing I took from it, like probably from like the first meeting or something, was that they said that like cosplay is whatever you make of it. Like if you say you're X character, then you are X character, and that was like, huh, you know what? That gave me like a little bit of the confidence to like go and try it for myself. So there's that. Um, as far as I remember, they didn't last very long, and like they were done within the year. Rest in peace. Or maybe someone picked it back up. I don't know. It's I haven't really paid much attention to what's going on in my college, my former college. And also, yeah, I'm kind of messing this up, but it's okay. I think. You see, this is why I have 2 jackets. Not because I'm gonna try again, but just in case this like turns out horribly, I'll just use a solid jacket. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even think I can like show it. Well, I mean, I can move the camera to show it, but I have to like let it hold still to dry, you know? So, damn. I don't know how long this will go, but I'm pretty sure I'll have time to like tell to like two of my stories. Like and I quite like these stories cuz they're like the best experiences that I've ever had like cosplaying and stuff. And you know, like I don't know when I'll ever get another chance to talk about it, but at the same time, what do you call it? Like, they were such fun stories. I'll probably end up talking about it again on my channel at some point somehow. But I I cosplay Dante like quite often. Although like I haven't recently because I don't know, I just felt like I've done it too many times. Gotta let him gel a little bit. Although I've seen some people who like, you know, like are Dante like every year, and I mean like Dante from Devil May Cry, if that wasn't obvious. And I'm kind of like laughing thinking about it right now, but I was like with my friends, and we had gotten out of our hotel. We were heading to the con. We were just walking by, and then you know there's a red light, and this girl drives by, and she rolls down her windows and screams, "I love you, Dante! Oh my gosh!" I'm like, man, it's that was like one of the funniest things I'd ever heard. But it was also like something that just made my week. So like made my weekend that time. And so I guess it was like a little bit wholesome too. Like it was honestly one of the best like con experiences, con interactions that I had like ever. And it's just like um what do you call it? Like just that? I mean yeah, just that. But and you know, me and my friends just burst out laughing after hearing that. It was pretty funny. Like I'm like trying to think because I've done a couple different characters, but Dante might actually have ended up being my most popular one. You know, just in terms of like people interacting and stuff like that. I mean, go figure. You know, he's like maybe the most well known character that I've done. Like Shinsuke is only sort of known, but either way. I think I just spilled some on the parts that I'm not supposed to spill some. That's okay, that's okay. It's not like I'm getting microanalyzed for details, right? But I do have some more stories, but I kind of like just want to go with like the two that I just thought of right now. Um and so my other one was when I was Shinsuke. And you know, when we say cosplay stories, I'm actually kind of curious as to like what people like assume, cuz like both of these like aren't too crazy or anything. I just really enjoyed them and stuff. Although I guess I have some like sort of crazy like stories, not really. That might just come down to like, you know, my personality. That I'm not like super that my personality isn't like super flamboyant or anything. So like what I think is like funny or weird is just kind of like normal to somebody else. But well anyway, what was the story? What's the story? Okay, I'm Shinsuke Nakamura, and it's like during his popular year, so I think this was around SummerSlam or something, like SummerSlam Hell in a Cell when he's like facing Jinder, and the crowd is behind him, and they want him to be WWE champion, and like so I'm just walking through the con, and then this dad and his son like walk up to me and like, hey, can we take a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, sure. And like the kid was actually really excited to see me and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Shinsuke. And I don't know, like, I just do like the pose with them and stuff, and they're off on their way. But like to a certain extent, it just kind of felt like I was that kid's hero, like in that tiny moment. Well, not really his hero. I was dressed as his hero, but he recognized me as his hero, and it was actually really cool. Although, going back to Shinsuke now, I doubt there will be very many people looking at him as a hero because he's a villain. But that's totally okay, I mean, you just want to see your favorite guy win. And I guess we'll talk about it too, since this is like a Shinsuke Nakamura cosplay thing. So I'll talk a little bit about wrestling. Although I don't really have the audience for it, but that's okay. I always just like to talk about what I want to talk about, And so he finally came back. He's going up on he's going up against LA Knights soon. And that's not a bad spot, but they brought him back, they changed him up a little bit, made him look a little more threatening. And what are we gonna do with it? We're gonna what do you call it? Like, oh man, such a crazy look, he's so dangerous, he's so threatening. Like, this is so exciting. And then one BFT later, and well, he's back in catering. So I don't know. Like, Shinsuke doesn't really need the United States Championship anymore, and it's very obvious that he's he's just a feed-in guy, just somebody to distract LA Knight's run, pad his run and everything. But like, I don't know. They've just had this guy perpetually just be the guy to put other people over. And there's a lot of people like that in WWE right now, but Shinsuke just feels like he's definitely more than that. He definitely needs to be more than that. So I don't know. I feel like one of the big deal breakers about it was Okada, and that like if they had signed like Okada and like, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit ridiculous. Sorry. Like if there's anybody that like ends up watching this at all and they're like, who are all these people? What is he talking about? Like, I apologize, but this is what I'm like a turbo nerd for. And I feel like if they had signed Okada, his prospects would be much better. But since they did, Triple H was just like, well, that's all we got. Sorry, Shinsuke. 大丈夫です。Sorry, that wasn't very funny. But yeah, so not a great state, but but since he's wrestling and they're gonna use him, that means he's probably not getting released. I sure hope not. even then, as much as I like Shinsuke, my guy is Sammy right now. And that to a certain extent, like Sammy has kind of always been my guy. The problem was the company kind of gave up on him on being like a major player. And he was just always going to be like saddled with goofy comedy guy who people can beat up on every now and then. And you know, like his story for sure is just like one of those things where like when it seems like someone's been pigeonholed, like sometimes you stick it out long enough, like they're gonna pull you up somehow. They're gonna find that role for you. So it's very satisfying to see that they did it for Sammy. I kind of had given up on him, like during like 2019, 2022 era or something like that, because it felt like he was always going to be, late comedy jobber. All right, I'm getting up to the shoulder now, and I'm actually kind of making a mess out of it. And it's like I should probably stop, but I have quite a lot of paint. I might as well give this a shot. Or, as I'm giving it a shot right now, I am messing up the shoulder. I don't know. I think I'm almost done for now. I I wanted to do like a lot of this on stream, but then I don't think I'd make it. So um this will probably be it, and then I'll just like do the rest of it off, and hopefully it'll work out. have to call it here, and then hopefully I can tape up the shoulder and try to finish it from there. Kind of made a mess. That'll do it. There we go. Not perfect, but I didn't really mean for it to be. Um, I'll I'll check to see if it didn't bleed through. I'll have to do something about it if it did. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. The sleeve minus the shoulder, done, I guess. I can't really like paint over it too much because it might end up like chipping. So this is what's gonna have to be it for the sleeve. Anyway, you know how it is. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Wait. There we go.